We're sitting at the kitchen table at the end of the month. Two phones face down. Two empty coffee cups. One spreadsheet open on a laptop that no one really wants to look at anymore. Both paychecks already came in, and somehow, it still feels tight. That's the part that messes with people. On paper, two incomes are supposed to feel safe. Comfortable, at least. That's the expectation. Share the load. Split the bills. Breathe easier. But then the numbers show up. Let's say one person brings $600 a month after taxes. The other brings home $300. Together, that's $4,900. That sounds solid. That sounds like progress. Then rent is $400. Just like that, almost half is gone before anything else happens. Utilities run another $250. Internet and phones $180. Groceries for two adults trying to eat reason in $600. Transportation, insurance, gas, maybe a car payment, another $500. Health insurance premiums or out-of-pocket costs creep in quietly. Now the math changes tone. Suddenly, that $4,900 doesn't feel big. It feels fragile. One missed paycheck, one unexpected bill, and the margin disappears. This is usually the moment where people start blaming themselves. Maybe we live in the wrong place. Maybe we should budget harder. Maybe we're doing something wrong. But pause there. Because the issue isn't spending, it's structure. Two incomes don't double flexibility anymore. They often just qualify you for higher fixed costs. Landlords don't see two people splitting stress. They see combined income, and prices adjust upward accordingly. Here's a realistic household scenario. Two adults, no kids, both work full-time. One remote, one on-site. They rarely eat out, no luxury vacations, one shared car. They cancel subscriptions regularly. And still, every month ends with the same conversation. Can we afford this next expense? Not, do we want it? Not's it worth it? Just, can we afford it right now? That question alone changes how life feels. You start coordinating expenses like a small business. Who pays which bill this month? Should we wait until the next paycheck hits before buying groceries in bulk? Do we delay replacing something that's clearly worn out but not technically broken yet? Two incomes also mean synchronized risk. If one job becomes unstable, everything feels shaky immediately. There's no psychological cushion. Instead of relief, there's pressure to both stay employed at all times. No gaps. No pauses. No breathing room. That pressure shows up in small ways. You stay at a job you've outgrown because the math works better than uncertainty. You avoid taking unpaid time off. You hesitate to push back at work. Stability becomes more important than satisfaction. This isn't fear, it's calculation. There's also a quiet expectation people don't talk about. When you have two incomes, people assume you're fine. Family asks for help. Friends assume you can travel. Employers assume flexibility. The system assumes resilience. But the spreadsheet doesn't care about assumptions. Fixed costs don't scale gently. They jump. Rent doesn't adjust downward because you're careful. Insurance doesn't care that you're responsible. Groceries don't offer discounts for restraint. So even with two incomes, savings grow slowly, if at all. Maybe $200 goes into savings on a good month. Maybe nothing on a bad one. Emergencies don't feel hypothetical. They feel scheduled, just without a date. And the stress isn't loud. It's constant. It's checking balances before bed. It's recalculating the month halfway through. It's feeling slightly tense during moments that are supposed to be relaxing, not panic. Just pressure. This is where expectations and reality split. People expect two incomes to create freedom. What they actually create often is survival with better lighting. The same stress, just shared. Again, this isn't about poor choices. It's about incentives. When housing, healthcare, and transportation rise faster than wages, dual-income households don't get ahead. They just stay afloat more efficiently. And floating still takes effort. If this helped clarify things, you might want to hear the next one. Because understanding why two incomes still feel limited isn't about pessimism. It's about removing confusion. When the numbers make sense, the stress becomes easier to name. And when you can name it, you stop blaming yourself for a problem that math created long before you did. That doesn't solve everything. But it does give you something solid to stand on. And sometimes, that's enough to get through the month.